I greet all the good people of God in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. The last time I came to you was on April 29, 2018, and today is July 3rd, July the 3rd, 2018. And this is my 8th message and the 7th voice message that I am sharing with the good people of the world. As always, my name is Chinyere Ezog, the income writer, the messenger of the message of the carcass, the message that is gathering the elect of God and bringing them into tune with the reality of today. The last time we had a discussion was on the kidnap of the dark figures, and I was able to prove to you the people that actually how the arrangement in the kidnap of the dark figures were made. And today again I'm going to bring a very wonderful message to you people. Today's message is an extraordinary message, a message that is very, very wonderful, that the world will actually shake. This particular message that I'm going to bring to you. And this message, we are going to look into the recent killings in Plateau State of Nigeria. All these herdsmen activities, that is what we are going to look into. And this edition I dedicated to all the victims of Plateau, all the victims of mayhem by the Fulani herdsmen, all those precious lives, innocent children, women that have been killed, hundreds and thousands of them that have been murdered. So the mission of this package, I will start with my own quote. And it's good you people notice what I'm saying. As the truth have one unique advantage over falsehood. Anytime it steps out, it wears armor of majesty and magnificence. Falsehood alongside the truth always wear the inglorious badge of odium, shame, and defeat. My people perish for lack of knowledge. It means that light, which means knowledge, is the force that reveals the contents and secrets of darkness. Once that light shines on darkness, the power of darkness is removed and the hidden contents of darkness are revealed and people are saved. This is my quote in 2003 in the Week magazine, National ID Card, The Game of Death. So the mission of this statement is to unveil, to shine light upon the darkness so that the people will see the hidden contents of the darkness of the moment that we are in. Because Nigeria have entered our own Armageddon, Armageddon night, a night of the long knife, a night of ethnic cleansing, very deep darkness that is beholding in the cloud of Nigeria as of today. I foresaw this since several years ago, and it is happening. As to get this message, you have to expand this message. Because in less than 2 weeks today, if you don't expand this message in less than 2 weeks, more than 7 million people are going to die in Nigeria. More than 7 million people as they commence on their jihad. So it is very, very important. This is not a message you joke with. This is not a message some people see, they think it's you drop whatever you are doing and you are duty bound. And it is very, very important that we follow on this particular thing so that people will understand exactly what is happening. The great scientist Albert Einstein, he said the world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who do nothing about it, who don't do anything about it. Don't be among the people who cannot do anything about evil. Don't be among the people, because if among the people, you cannot be forgiven. And as I'm preaching this message will equally stand on the day of judgment against anybody who can hear this message and keep it to himself. This is a very important message. I bring you fresh message, fresh secret message, fresh to reveal the secret of darkness. That is what we are in. Now, I want you to note, the current head of state of Nigeria, Buhari, before he became the president, made a speech at a seminar organized by the Supreme Council of Sharia in Nigeria in August 2001, where he publicly declared that he is totally committed to implementing Sharia law all over the country. That is what Buhari said then. Then let me tell you, let me start, because I'm entering now, let people follow me. Now, let me start with this report. Christianity may cease to exist by 2043. Christian Elders, Punch, Saturday, 23rd, 2018. The story says, the report says, The present generation of Christians in Nigeria may cease to exist in 25 years from now. That is 2043. Beginning from 2018, a group of Christian writers, under the aegis of a group of Christians under the aegis of National Christian Elders Forum, championed by a former Minister of Defense, Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma and Solomon Astemota's son, has warned. According to them, the present generation of Christians face the risk of being the last set of Christians in Nigeria. The NCEF therefore demanded the restructuring of the Christian Association of Nigeria before the 2019 general election. The organization warned that if the current faulty structure would be carried into 2019, it might be too late to preserve Christianity in Nigeria. The Secretary of NCEF, Bosun Emmanuel, expressed these fears in his paper entitled Impact of Lack of Unity in Can as Threat to Christian Faith, delivered during the annual conference of Catholic Men Guide, held at the Catholic Church of Assumption, Ikoyi in Lagos. A copy of the letter was emailed to our correspondent in Jos. Emmanuel said that the current administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in Nigeria is openly pursuing an anti-Christian agenda that has resulted in countless murder of Christians all over the nation and destruction of vulnerable Christian communities. He said due to inability of Khan to forge Christians into one indivisible army of the Lord, the church has been weakened and unable to stand before the enemies. Realistically speaking, Christianity is on the brink of extinction in Nigeria, and the ascendancy of Sharia ideology in Nigeria rings the death toll for the Nigerian church. It is therefore imperative that CAN must be restructured as a matter of urgency if Christians is to survive. CAN belong to every Christian in Nigeria, and there is nothing wrong with the association. It is the management that should be restructured. Well, you have seen this report, but what I'm going to tell you, if you don't take my message very, very seriously, they are talking of 2043. 2043 is too late. If you don't take it very seriously, in the next 2-3 years, there will be nothing like Christianity in Nigeria. In the next 2 years, there will be nothing like Christianity in Nigeria. If you don't take this message very seriously, in the next 2 weeks, in the next 2 weeks, more than 8 million people will be wiped out. Christians will be wiped out from the former eastern region and from the Middle Belt immediately. Let me read another news report from the same organization, from the National Christian Elders too. It says this one is a proposed ranches employed to grab land for Fulani herdsmen, Christian elders. The National Christian Elders Forum has kicked against the plan by the federal government to set up ranches in 10 states, saying it was a ploy to grab land for Fulani herdsmen across the country. The association added that the ploy was part of what it called state jihad, state, surreptitious, quiet, steady, deadly movement. That is what state means, to my own understanding. State jihad to take over land belonging to other Nigerians and give them to the herdsmen, who will subsequently appoint emirs and claim ownership of the land. Addressing a press conference in Abuja on Friday, the NCEF chairman Solomon Asemota admonished Nigerians to interpret the federal government decisions against the history of land and land reforms in the country. He noted that previous land reforms in the country had benefited only the Fulani, noting that the emirs were made the custodians of land taken from their original owners. He said, the proposed ranches were meant to take land for the Fulani jihad, and Nigerians should do everything within their power, within the law, to resist moves to take their lands. Most people who support the decision didn't understand the plan. According to the senior advocate of Nigeria, Sharia law provides, and it's very important to listen, it says Sharia law provides that all land once occupied by Muslims automatically become their own by grant from Allah. that has decreed it an Islamic world. He stated that the game plan of the government is to take over the land, give it to the Fulanis, who would subsequently appoint an emir to rule over the area. And appropriate the land. He added, North land law was the product of Fulani jihad, where land abandoned by the original indigenous owners as a result of jihad were given to the emirs as trustees. The compensation meant for the original landowners paid in accordance to British tradition that land cannot be acquired without payment of compensation was handed over to the emirs to keep in trust until the original owners returned. The compensation is still in the custody of the emirs to date. Okay. Now, let me quote the other side too. There's a plateau killing done to tarnish the reputation of the president, says Buhari Media Organization. Reported by Sahara reporters of yesterday, July 2, 2018. He said the Buhari Media Organization, a support group for the president, says the recent attack on 3 local government areas of Plateau State, which resulted in the death of more than 100 people, were planned and executed by the political opponents of President Muhammadu Buhari. This was done to tarnish the reputation of the president and cast the image of APC in bad light, just for the desperate opposition to gain some political advantage, says Austin Brimo, the group chairman, in his release statement. Now, from the presidency himself, presidency blames insecurity killings on politicians. This is in the report of Sun newspaper of yesterday. He said the presidency has accused some opposition politicians of ganging up against President Muhammadu Buhari because his administration has successfully blocked every avenue of looting the country's treasury. That's what the presidency said. Then another one, killings, Mieti Allah, religious call for service chief sacking. This is in Punch of yesterday. They say no sacking of the service chiefs. Punch of July 2, 2018. The Apex Fulani Socio-Cultural Organization, Miet Allah Kuta Hall, has rejected call for the sacking of the service chiefs. The Secretary General of the group, Saleh Al-Hassan, said this during an interview in Sunrise Daily, a channel television program on Monday. According to him, we, meaning the Mieti Allah outfit, has documented 411 innocent pastoralists killed just in southern Kaduna for nothing. We have documented all the crises, but because we want peace and want to promote the culture of peace and forgiveness, hoping that our neighbors will continue to allow us to do our business. But the issue of arms and light weapons is a security one, and I believe the security agencies are on top of it. With the arrests they are making, we must acknowledge the efforts security agencies have put in trying to contain criminality in this country. That is why people calling for the removal of service chiefs are either the corrupt politicians or the ones working for them. We should not fall for that gambit. That is what he said. And now look at another report. You say, killings in Nigeria. Protesters shut down Abuja. Call for arrest of Jonah Jang and T.Y. Danjuma. We have seen some of their enemies. Now, it's very, very important that all humanity just follow. Let us know whether these accusations and counter-accusations, whether they are correct or not. It is very, very important. Just follow. I'm not inputting anything. I'm going to go through the reports, and then I will show you exactly what is happening and how jihad has been declared upon you. Immediately, jihad is already surreptitiously going on. But the main one that is coming, and there is fire on the mountain of Nigeria, and it is run, run, run every month for himself. Run, run, run. Those who will hear and understand this message will be saved. But those who will play with it, I'm very, very sorry for them. Now, let's weigh the evidence. I'm putting a Punch newspaper of February 5, 2008. Relocate to Kano, Governor Ganduje tells herdsmen. The Kano State Governor, Abdullahi Ganduje, on Sunday called on all Fulani herdsmen in some parts of the country, especially in Benue and Taraba, to relocate to Kano State. Ganduje said Kano State has vast grazing land to accommodate herdsmen and all the herdsmen and cattle in Nigeria. The governor stated this during a monitoring of the state-free vaccination of over 1 million cattle and other small animals at Kandawa Artificial Insemination. 2. The Nigerian army have told us that they have been able to put water in Sambisa forest. That is what they said, that they put boreholes and everything. And from what they said, Sambisa forest alone is bigger than the two states from the start is combined. Sambisa forest is bigger than it. If it is so, and if it is about grazing, Sambisa forest alone can accommodate pasture, durable pastures, all the whole herdsmen, even in the whole of West Africa. So there must be something fishing. The landmass in the north against that of the south. The north possess more than even 95% of the total landmass. And you talk about cattle. Don't we have cattle in the south? In the south is where I come from. We have our own cattle. We have cattle. Go to Ebonyi State, you see the Igbo cattle. We are weighing the evidences. Now the security forces state external forces likely involved in plateau killings. We want to know the people that carried out these plateau killings. We want to know. You must know and you will see them. This is what the army said. It is in the Sun newspaper of June 30, 2018. ISIS sneaking jihadists into Nigeria from Syria. They say ISIS, the Islamic, Islamic State, the terror organization, that they are sneaking terrorists inside Nigeria. In the last broadcast I had with you people, I told you that all the whole terrorist groups in the whole world that they are in Nigeria, they are resident in Nigeria. They are nothing like sneaking in. They are here. They are here for a purpose. Now, this is a report from a United States arm. It said Nigeria has recorded nearly 20,000 deaths under Buhari, says U.S. body this day, July 1st, 2018. All this briefing I'm giving you are fresh reports. It said the United States Council on Foreign Relations says it has documented at least 19,890 deaths in Nigeria since June 2015, just after President Muhammadu Buhari assumed office on May 29, 2015. This is as the United Kingdom-based Christian Solidarity worldwide disclosed that Fulani militias killed 1,061 people in about 106 attacks on communities in central Nigeria in the first quarter of 2018. You are hearing figures. 2018, herdsmen attack, 500 killed, 1 million people displaced in Benue in 6 months. That is what the state government said. It is in independent newspaper of 29 June 2018. Benue state government says about 1 million persons have been displaced by Fulani herdsmen attack from January to June 2018. It also states that the Benue lost no fewer than 500 persons to herdsmen attack during the same period. You see, quantum human beings, we are not even talking about the ones Boko Haram are slaughtering up and down. Boko Haram insurgency, Boko Haram insurgents sliced throat of 7 Borno villagers searching for firewood. This one is just this June 26, 2018. I'm not going into Boko Haram. They went to search for firewood and their throat were sliced. They got them and cut their throat. That is the life we are living in Nigeria. Now look at the punishment that is coming. Let us hear the punishment that is coming. Court sentences 5 men to jail for killing herdsmen. News Telegraph, June of 13, 2018. A Yola High Court yesterday sentenced 5 people to death by hanging for murdering a herdsman in Demsa, local government area of Adamawa State. The presiding judge, Justice Abdullahi Waziri, who gave the verdict in his ruling, upheld the prosecution counsel, Salihu Muhammad, for proving the case against the 5 convicts beyond every reasonable doubt. Now let us get the names of these convicts. He said Justice Waziri ruled that the convicts, L.S. Amos, Al-Hari Fanuel, Holy Boniface, Jerry Gideon, Jerry Shali, all Christians. They were found guilty of criminal conspiracy and they were sentenced to death immediately. Now look at this. Soldiers arrest 5 for burning Fulani community of herdsmen who killed 18 in earlier attack. They killed the people, Christians. Soldiers arrested the people, the Christians, that 5 of them that tried to burn the Fulani communities. Soldiers arrested them. We are weighing the evidences. Now look at it. In faraway America, in a town hall meeting on Friday, the 28th of October, the year 2016, Vice President Yemi Osibanjo told US-based Nigerians in Houston that 800 herdsmen are in custody. His words: the president has given firm instruction to the security agencies to arrest not only herdsmen who are attacking communities anywhere in the country, but any one of them or anyone at all in possession of firearms. Going further, he stated that there are about 800 suspected violent herdsmen in the country that are currently in custody. But he, however, decreed the slow pace of the criminal justice system, which is affecting the prompt trial of such suspects. Look at it happened in 2016. What is he telling you? Nothing like trials, slow pace of judicial process. That is, they have even released them. The same slow pace of judicial process did not stop the sentencing to death of 5 Christians who murdered a herdsman. We are weighing the evidence. That's what we are seeing. Then what do you see in the newspaper today? After the Plateau attack, that more than 200 people are killed. Complacency of the Nigerian society. That is a history story. It has been forgotten. Nobody cares again. But look at what we are seeing. Today, yesterday paper. Plateau, 10 die. 10 die. 4 suspects held as gunmen struck again. They are still killing again. They are there. Herdsmen serve farmers notice to quit. In Adamawa community, Adamawa monarch said, in Adamawa they serve these Christian communities notice to quit. It's in Punch of July 1st, 2018. Police linked 5 IPOB members to attack on Modo's home. July 1st, 2018, Boko Haram opened fire in IDP camp, killing 4. These are news of yesterday. Plateau massacre, our story by Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah is still talking their story. French president to visit Fela's shrine. All these things will come in. Another one is herdsmen have been renaming Plateau villages attacked and conquered. That after this killing, they are occupied the people's place, renaming them, no arrest, no nothing. Compare it with what the Christian elders said, that once land is occupied by them, it is a grant from Allah. The vice president who claims to be a Christian, he went to console them. He said the government have brought 10 billion. What to give them as compensation? What he is indirectly telling them is that the government has uprooted them from their ancestral home. That 10 billion is a permanent payoff for them, that the Fulani herdsmen have taken over their place permanently in this world. That can only happen in Nigeria. It can only happen in Nigeria. They're not even talking of arrest, not even talking about people that invaded people's home, killed them, occupied their place, and they are still there. And they are still killing till today. And they are still talking and walking scot-free. That is Nigeria. That is Nigeria. And this, my testimonies will stand as the roll of judgment in the face of trial. When judgment day comes in heaven, you will see all these documents I'm presenting. All these world leaders that are seeing what is happening and they are keeping quiet. It's the roll of judgment against them. Now, look at it. 23 corpses found by police in Zamfara, but no one knows where they are from. Everywhere they are killing. Yesterday, tension in Imo over herdsmen invasion. This is Punch of yesterday. It's the women in Amokohia Ubi community in Owerri, West local government, are currently planning another protest to Imo state government over the continued stay of herdsmen in and around their farms. All the whole communities in the southeast and south interior villages, herdsmen everywhere. National Assembly, they have invaded them. They think it's herdsmen, they are killers. You are going to see killers waiting for others to slaughter you. So stay there and keep quiet and watch. You are going to see what is going to happen. Don't even have up to 2 weeks. All of you in Kano and Lagos, you are going to see. The one that will hear my voice, carry your families and go home, get your weapons and be ready to die. Wherever you are, it's their own battlefield and your own burial ground. Nothing like I'm looking onto army or police or all of them are criminals. They are terrorists. But you don't know what you're saying. Now I'm coming. Look, Buhari carried Nigeria and put into D8. D8, also known as Developing Aid, is an organization for development cooperation among the following countries: Bangladesh, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Malaysia, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Turkey. It means that all these organizations, they are combined, and the whole Islamic countries, they have all united under Turkey to make war against Israel, which means they are all prepared for us. That is what it means. Buhari took Nigeria to this organization. He took Nigeria to the Saudi Arabia-led coalition to fight what they call terrorism. When you hear terrorism, they are talking about you, to fight you. Now look at it. I'm reading another report for you. It says terrorism, opposition aware of my achievement, says Buhari. Punch of October 21, 2017. According to the report, President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday said his administration has degraded the Boko Haram sect to the point that even the opposition party recognizes that there is a considerable improvement of security in the northeast under his leadership. That is, so anytime he tells you Boko Haram is defeated, he is telling you that you are defeated. You are the Boko Haram. He's not talking about Boko Haram. I said it in the last edition of my conversation with you. Boko Haram defeated Steve. Buhari went and took $1 billion without approval from the National Assembly, and he said using it to fight insurgency. That is what they are using to cater for all these London jihadists everywhere. I told you about Abanawi. Where is Abanawi today? They have released Abanawi, but you don't know. That was why the Dapchi girls were kidnapped. I said it last. Abanawi is supposed to be in the custody of the Nigerian security forces. Let people shout, let Buhari present this guy. With his gangs. They are the commanders that are making war with other ones that have been brought from all over the world. They are the real Boko Haram commanders that are going to demolish everybody and finish everybody. So that is it. It's according to a statement of by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Gabashev. The president spoke during a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Shahid Khan Abbasi of Pakistan on the margin of the 9th D8 summit in Istanbul, Turkey. That is where they have all united. Buhari was said to have told the Pakistan Prime Minister that Boko Haram terrorist group remain degraded. We have moved them out from their stronghold in the northeast. We have denied them space, and even their attack on soft targets are becoming less. Even the opposition party recognizes that there is considerable improvement in security in the northeast, he said. Still speaking for the Buhari said, Nigerian-Pakistan cooperation is very historical. Military training has been very consistent, and I am impressed by the effectiveness of officers trained in Pakistan. In his response, the Pakistan Prime Minister Abbasi said both countries had similar prospects and challenges, including large populations, key regional players in economy and security, the fight against terrorism, improving governance, and the domestic economy. He said Pakistan will continue to share experiences with Nigeria in the fight against terrorism towards developing effective strategies and resources. Then here the next statement. He said, in line with the promise, the Pakistan Prime Minister presented a manual on strategy and tactics of dealing with terrorism to the President, Buhari, which he said had been put together by his country's military. He gave him manual already prepared, made by Islamic nation, a complete model of their destruction of the jihad that they are going to carry out. That is what happened. Look at it. How many, they have donated all sorts of weapons. This same agreement is the same thing he did with Erdogan of Turkey. Look at it. They still had a meeting. In the meeting, according to the statement of their meeting, with this one is with the Turkey leader, he said the two leaders promised to strengthen the cooperation between security agencies of their countries to counter terrorism. Buhari said he was very pleased that the defense ministers of both countries had extensive discussions on developing new strategies to counter terrorism. That is what he said. This one is with Turkey. He said, we are very pleased with the progress of the meeting so far, and we are going to wait for the defense, for the two defense ministers, for the communique of the two defense ministers, and whatever they arrive at, that they are going to implement it. That is what he said. Now look at it. Let me go to Morocco. This one is the most recent one. I've given you the background of their solidarity in fight against you. Then Morocco, Nigeria agrees to press on with pipeline plan. This is in Punch of June 11, 2018. Morocco and Nigeria have agreed a cooperation plan to press on with a proposed pipeline transporting gas to the North African Kingdom along the Atlantic coast. King Mohammed VI and President Muhammad Buhari on Sunday oversaw the signing of the accord in Rabat, detailing the way forward for the mega project first agreed on in 2016. Morocco Map News Agency reported the two countries are looking to build an extension to Morocco of a pipeline that had been piping gas from resource-rich South Africa, from resource-rich southern Nigeria to Benin, Togo, and Ghana since 2010. Resource-rich southern Nigeria, that is Niger Delta, former Eastern region. For economic, political, legal, and security reasons, the choice was made for a combined onshore and offshore route. A statement said, complete separate route. A proposed pipeline to be built in several phases will measure some 5,660 kilometers, that is about 3,500 miles, and respond to the growing needs of the transit countries and Europe over the next 25 years. The statement said, it means transit states, all the states this pipeline will cross, all the states and Europe. For the next 25 years, their gas requirement, no problem, it will be met. The next step will be, I'm still quoting the report, to sound out countries around the region and customers in Europe and to tackle and to talk to international lenders about funding the project, the release said. Plan for a pipeline to, the release said, okay. It said Morocco has over the past few years been on a diplomatic offensive to bolster its influence and in Africa, around Africa, rejoining the African Union in 2017 and warming itself with English-speaking countries. They have rejoined. The purpose of their rejoining is to come and lead the other Islamic countries, to come and lead African Islamic countries on war against the people they call terrorists. That is the statement. It's a statement released by the Senior Special Assistant to the President and Publicity and Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, reached in part the feasibility study on the agreement of the pipeline, which was signed by the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Farouk Gaba, and Mrs. Amina Bakenhadra. All Hausa Director Generals of the National Office of Hydrocarbon and Mines will be concluded on July 2018. That is this month. The construction of the pipeline will be phased and based on increasing need of the country across and Europe for the next 25 years. What is he talking about? That was the same way Obasanjo sold Bakassi Peninsula, and when he sold it, none person from the indigenous area was even involved until on the signing. They called what is this lady's name? Etagiwa deceived her to come and sign the agreement. That is the same thing Buhari is doing here. Nobody from the former Eastern region know about it. But he has sold them off for the next 25 years. Then let's consider that report. It's still on the Morocco. It's the Buhari Morocco king expressed concern about terrorism and extremism. This is Punch, June 11, 2018. President Muhammad Buhari and the king of Morocco, King Mohammed VI, on Monday raised concern about violent extremism, terrorism, and other security challenges in Africa. They have therefore agreed to collaborate in order to combat radicalization on the continent and beyond. I'm quoting them now. These were contained in a joint communique made available by the presidency on Monday at the end of Buhari's 2-day official visit to Morocco. The communique read in part. This is the contents of the communique. The two heads of state, in the spirit of the holy month of Ramadan, underscore their commitment to moderation, tolerance, and peaceful coexistence as taught by Islam. They expressed deep concern about violent extremism, terrorism, and the persistency of security threats in Africa. They affirmed their resolve to strengthen cooperation in an effort to combat radicalization in Africa and beyond. The communique stated that King Mohammed VI congratulated His Excellency Buhari for his leadership in the regional initiatives against terrorism in the Lake Chad region, and commended his effort in the fight against corruption and his role as the African Union anti-corruption champion. He stated further that Buhari's visit reinforced the positive bilateral relationship between Morocco and Nigeria since the king's visit to Abuja on October 2016. The Moroccan king and Buhari affirmed their willingness to create a model of South-South cooperation. In that spirit, they welcomed the significant progress made by various areas of cooperation, such as agriculture, fertilizer production, energy infrastructure, and mining. His Majesty King Mohammed VI and His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari noted with satisfaction the milestone achievement and underscored their commitment to the regional gas pipeline, which will connect Nigeria gas resources, those of some West African countries, and Morocco, thereby fostering integration and development of countries in the West African region. The two heads of state also noted progress made in other areas of the bilateral cooperation as evidenced by the agreement between OCP of Morocco and the Fertilizer Production and Suppliers Association of Nigeria to invest in fertilizer production. It's very, very important to listen to this line. And the memorandum of understanding between OCP and the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority on the establishment of a basic chemical platform. Specifically to develop a significant ammonia production plant. Bear it in mind, you see what is happening. Now let me interpret that communique for you. What they said, the communique reads in part, the two heads of state, in the spirit of the holy month of Ramadan, underscore their commitment to moderation, tolerance, and peaceful existence as taught by Islam. Look at what it means. What they just said, I'm interpreting it literally to you. It means that the two heads of state swear in the spirit of Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, their total commitment and total mutual cooperation to ensure that the continued peaceful existence of the entire people of Nigeria must be based on total and complete submission to Islamic laws, teachings, and tenets as taught and instructed by their Prophet Muhammad. Simple and short, that is what they said. Then, number two, they expressed deep concern about violent extremism, terrorism, and the persistence of security threats in Africa. It means that they expressed serious worry about the agitation for the restoration of Biafra and the persistent security and economic threat in the Niger Delta region of Nigeria and Africa. Simply, that is what it means. I'm interpreting it. They affirmed their resolve to strengthen cooperation in efforts to combat radicalization in Africa and beyond. It means that they agreed as one in combining both resources and personnel together to forcefully and permanently deal with the issues of Biafran restoration and restiveness in the Niger Delta region once and for all, by conquering and bringing them under Islamic subjugation, tenets and laws, and to deal with their people not only in Nigeria and Africa but throughout the world, meaning a declaration of war and jihad by the Nigerian state and Morocco against the people of the former eastern region and their Middle Belt Christian section. That is why they are destroying the Christian communities in the Middle Belt. This is exactly what the agreement they said. Now this is what we are going to see. Let us weigh whether what I'm saying is correct or wrong. Let us see the actions of government so far. Federal government seek 28 countries' help. This is what, after that Morocco something, this is what have been happening. Federal government seek 28 countries' help to stop ISIS. Others, that is on Punch 24, 2018. It said the federal government through the Ministry of Defense is currently perfecting strategies in collaboration with the defense ministries of 28 African states to establish a counter-terrorism force. The force is expected to tackle terrorist groups in the Saharan region, particularly the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria fighters and Boko Haram. The resolution was contained in a communique tagged Abuja Declaration, issued after a meeting convened by the defense ministers in Abuja from Wednesday to Friday to seek regional cooperation towards combating ISIS and other terrorist groups. In the Abuja Declaration, a copy of which was obtained by our correspondent on Saturday, the defense ministers said that they are strongly concerned by development in Libya, Mali, Central African Republic, Somalia, the Sahel, and the Lake Chad Basin, characterized by crisis and tremor groups activities. All these countries they mentioned, they are just talking rubbish. They even safer than Nigeria. Go and look at the latest security report on Nigeria, dangerous places in the world. You will see that there is rubbish. So, Nigerian Minister of Defense Mansudan Ali said the meeting will submit its recommendation to the Conference of Heads of State and Government for onward implementation, noting that it will not be talk alone as usual, which means anything they do, foreign ministers of defense, whatever they finish, they give it to the Conference of Heads of State, they sign, and no more talking, is action. They go for action immediately. Part of the declaration reads, the Minister of Defense of member countries of the Community of Sahel-Saharan State meeting in Abuja are convinced that security in Saharan area is a major concern. We are concerned by the region's upsurge and expansions of terrorist activities in parts of the Sahel-Saharan region and have decided to intensify bilateral, multilateral, and sub-regional security and military cooperation among member states. We here agree on the following measures, which we will submit to the Conference of Heads of State for action. There will be a continuation of the fight against residual mercenaries and foreign combatants in the region. Residual mercenaries is resident mercenaries. That is the owners of the land. We agree on the call for a rapid opening of the Sub-Saharan Counter-Terrorism Center with a view to accelerating cooperation in the various areas related to fight against terrorism. We will suggest all regional initiatives in the fight against terrorism. We will support the implementation of strategies for the resettlement. I want you to listen. Strategies for the resettlement and return of conflict displaced persons, with particular emphasis on the socio-economic reconstruction of affected communities. What is telling you all those communities? They will sack them. Reconstruction, sack them and give it to Fulani herdsmen. That is what they are saying. All the whole herdsmen from Africa, they have finally found a home. So the feminists also agreed that every country will implement national plans on counter-terrorism and accompany them with demobilization, rehabilitation, reintegration program. Do you understand? You don't know what they are saying. It means that anywhere you are a Biafran, or you will be liquidated at that place. They will close the border, demobilization, they will demobilize you. That is what they are saying. Meanwhile, the defense minister Abuja has said
His finding revealed that Abanawi faction of the Boko Haram terrorists pledged allegiance to ISIS fighters in 2016 after Operation Lafila. Those troops in the northeast dislodged them from Sambisa Forest of Borno State. What is telling you all this type of money? I told you before, where is type of money? It have disappeared. These are gangs that are going to make work with you. He's calling them, he's giving them signal with their foreign counterparts. That's what is happening here. You see, the acting director of Defense Information, Brigadier John Anye, again said there was, however, no evidence from military intelligence that ISIS group was sending its members to Nigeria to train Boko Haram. This one is just a starter who doesn't know what is going on. They're just deceiving him. Look at it, no evidence. Then look at the extensive meeting they are making. If there's no evidence, then why are they making the extensive meeting? You say, under report, you say Buhari Morocco trip to yield 18,000 jobs. Presidency, that is Punch, June 24, 2018. He said the presidency on Saturday stated that President Muhammadu Buhari's recent official trip to Morocco will yield 18,000 new jobs, among other benefits for Nigeria. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, disclosed this in a document entitled President Buhari's visit to Morocco, 6 quick takes away. We are looking at government actions to look whether what I said is correct. It says 6 quick takeaways. When you see them talk, you think they are talking, these are signals, coded signals, which he made available to journalists. Shehu said the president also visited Morocco between June 10 and 11, signed many memorandums of understanding and agreement that would produce the new jobs and many others. He said the development reaffirmed the administration's commitment to making a difference by linking foreign policy directly to Nigeria's economic interests. He noted that if the federal government program of disarmament, demobilization, have you seen that word they are using in that security meeting? It's coming out again, so that you find out the people they are directing it to. Everybody, listen. He said he noted that if the federal government program of disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration of former agitators in the Niger Delta as part of amnesty program brought calmness to the country at its commencement. If the disarmament and rehabilitation of 30,000 ex-agitators could do so much for the nation, how far would 18,000 skilled and unskilled new jobs go towards cementing that peace? Why analysts take their time to assimilate and give us the answer as to how much good the new jobs will bring? Does it make any sense? But it makes a lot of sense when you understand military terms. He is talking the truth. All those meetings, sets of things, truth they are contributing. Warriors, black people that they are contributing, jihadists that will come and make war. Jihadists that will support the Abanawi and those ISIS. That is what he's saying here. That's the signal the president is giving them. That is what he's saying. If not, let him explain what he's saying. He said President Buhari, who visited the Kingdom of Morocco from June 10 to June 11, 2018, signed onto a memorandum of understanding and agreement leading to the new jobs and many others, he said. The presidential spokesman said that the jobs in view from the commitment to the regional gas pipeline, which will connect Nigerian gas resources to those of some West African countries and Morocco, thereby fostering integration and development of countries in the West African region. He said the jobs would also come from the establishment of a base chemical platform again, specifically to develop a significant ammonia production plant by the Kingdom of Morocco to the Niger Delta. You understand me? So those countries that are participating, their payoff of is free gas for the next 25 years. Take our gas free. That is their payoff for what they are saying. You have seen what they're saying. Now listen now and understand where this ammonia is coming from. All of a sudden they say government to shut down land borders. Government to shut down land borders. I'm reading the statement for you. The federal government has said that they will shut down land borders between Nigeria and the neighboring country in a few days' time to avoid smuggling of foreign rice into the country. Can you imagine? Nama has been killing everybody coming from Nigeria, coming from Niger and everywhere. They say they cannot checkmate it because ECOWAS protocol allows free movement. Then all of a sudden they are telling you they are closing land border. land border because of rice. Have you seen the agreement the defense ministers made about the money? That is what they are saying here, which is neighboring country. Wait, we are going to see. It's a Chifo Duobe, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, made this disclosure on Monday while speaking with youth in a leadership clinic under the auspices of Guardian of the Nation International. These are terrorists. He was speaking to terrorists, giving them order of what to do. That is what is happening here. Terrorist organization. All those terrorists. These are people they are talking about, all those contributions. He said, Ogbe, who did not mention the particular country and border, said that shutting the border had become necessary to encouraging local production and sustain the economy of the state. The border they are talking about is Benin Republic. Now, if it is Benin Republic, then all these days, why have we not shut the border? He didn't shut it. They know what they are waiting for. You will see. He said the minister said that a neighboring country was bent on destroying the economy of the country and discourage rice production in the country. Hence, the need to shut down the border. Our other problem is smuggling. As we speak, a neighboring of ours is importing more rice than China. They do not eat parboiled rice. They eat white rice. They use their ports to try and damage our economy. I'm telling you now, because in a few days, you will hear the border has been shut. We are going to shut the border to protect you, to protect us, and to protect our economy. You will start seeing all sorts of negative things on the internet. Let me tell you why we need to shut the border. Now, how did you know you start to see all sorts of negative things on the internet? Because of the killings that will be going on. That is what he's saying. Because of the killings that will be going on. That is what he's saying. You see? Now, let me tell you why we need to shut the border. He said, if you plant rice in certain parcels of land, some poisonous material get into the rice. There are three kinds of water. Now listen, there are three kinds of water in their natural state. There is fresh water from the river, there is salt water from the sea, and there is black water. If you go to the delta in many countries, what he's telling you is Niger Delta, not delta of many countries. Now listen to grammar. If you go to the delta in many countries, in Southeast Asia, what is referring to Southeast Asia is Southeast. Now let me read this statement literally so you can follow. If you go to the delta in many countries in Southeast Asia where they grow the rice, if you plant rice in the same place like 4 to 6 years continuously, the quantum of arsenic begins to increase, and arsenic causes cancer, and that is what they are dumping for us. Some people say they prefer that rice because they are very sophisticated when it comes to poison. Obo said. Do you know what Obo said here? That arsenic is ammonia. Go and check it. It's ammonia. What the instruction he is saying is that all those ammonia they are bringing to Morocco, you dump it in the seas, in the streams and the rivers of southeast, south, and north central. That is what he's saying. Destruction, complete total destruction. That is what he's saying. And our people are here joking. That's what he said. He said that the federal government, that's exactly what he said. Welcome to poison. He's dumping it and he's killing you. Now look at it. He said terrorism, what form of injustice? What form of injustice against humanity? Buhari said. He said President Muhammadu Buhari has this is on June 30th when he was welcoming one other president again, has described growing terrorism around the world as the worst form of injustice against humanity. He, however, welcomed a proposal for a security summit between members of Economic Community of West Africa and countries in Economic Community of Central African Republic, building a joint accord. He said that while receiving ECOWAS chairman and president of Togo for Reganisbe in Katsina on Friday, he emphasized that terrorism now transcends international boundaries, adding that no country can combat the scourge alone. We need to team up to fight common enemies. Terrorists in whatever form are enemies of humanity, and no effort must be paid to protect our people. I will always support anything that I meant to enhance security in our region, President Buhari said. The security summit be to hold on July 30th. That is July 30th. On July 30th. That is the conference the ministers, defense ministers are telling you they are going to forward their decision for total implementation. What does that mean? It means that immediately after that conference in 30th, their jihad starts. maybe from 1st August, but surreptitiously the jihad will be taking place. But now that this thing is being revealed, they are not going to back up. They are going to bring that their action forward. What does it mean? Because in the next 2 weeks, they are going to start their jihad. That is exactly what is happening. Because they can never be in a position, the National Assembly, Senate President is a core Muslim, die-hard terrorist himself. The Speaker, core Muslim, die-hard terrorist himself. Forget about all their pretension. Go and look at the clever way Saraki wanted to maneuver the water bill. If not that God saved us, the water bill would have been passed by now. Clever criminal. That is the thing. All the whole service chiefs are in their hand. Everything is in their hand. They cannot back out. It cannot work again. So they must see the end. Now look at what I'm telling you. You say this day, AIG to deploy to Murtala Mohammed Airport. He said in response, I'm reading of this day, June 25, 2018. He said in response to the recent terror threats in the country, the federal government has deployed an Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG, Mr. Danjuma Muhammad, to take care of affairs at Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Can you imagine? Then he said a commissioner of police had always been appointed to the post to take charge of the airport. A commissioner of police, Mr. Abdullahi Ali, had just retired and will be replaced by Muhammad. This day gathered that the security of the airport is important, strategic to the federal government, and that explains the move by the authority to assign a superior officer in the face of threat by the Islamic State. All those things rubbish. It means that the airport everywhere will be locked. Only the people they want to go, they will go. All these people go, Danjuma, Jonah, all of them, Jonah Jan, all of them have been marked out to be eliminated. Immediately, that is what you are saying. Insecurity, Buhari orders massive transfer of police in Zamfara state. What it means is that when that thing comes, they are going to order massive transfer of all the whole Christian soldiers, the armed forces, they transfer them to where they will be slaughtered. That is exactly what is happening. It's the Buhari orders military operation for Zamfara in Kaduna State, That is on Vanguard, June 30th, 2018. When all these things are happening, they will order military operation immediately, and everything will start. It's a police IG. Now look at it. Commissioner Tombos, Buhari started the service chief. Since when have they been, everybody have been shouting for Buhari to serve the service chief? How many times have the service chief's era tenure expired? He continues to recycle them. What is he waiting for? What Buhari is waiting for is immediately that jihad finish. And if that jihad, they will even kill Buhari and call everybody, come, let us make peace. In the process of that, they will liquidate more than what happened in Rwanda. That is what they want to do. Immediately they finish it, they will call the Igbos, give them vice presidency, give them to come and become the vice president. That is what they will do in order to hold them back. You understand me? Okay, look at the commissioner of police. Immediately that thing happened, commissioner of police in Benue State. What happened? They attack him, the IG remove him to replace him. The following day he called him back, which means they supported what they are doing to continue. Look at the one that killed Aposis, Ibrahim Danjuma. Look at him, the one that DPO that slaughtered the Igbo people. That time, they have brought him back and reintegrated him into the police force. That is what is happening. They will give Igbos, come and be vice president. You understand me? This one say, no mortal power can stop Buhari's re-election, Emir, election June 15, 2018. I've said it before. There is not going to be any election in 2019. Buhari's tenure is going to end this year. I say, quote me, Heir of Fire said, who will tell him how he will die? And I'm telling him that if you are the man of God, tell me how I will die. I said, Heir of Fire will be the first governor that will go naked mad. He will go naked mad, and from there, he will die. That is how he's going to die. Buhari's tenure is ending. Now let me tell you, it's a Republic, there's a New York reporter. It's a Fulani herdsmen 2019. We will defend Buhari's re-election with our blood. We are ready to die. So they are ready to die, but you yourself, you are not ready to die. Okay, there's no problem. Let me tell you one thing. The Bible said in 1 Thessalonians 3:8, he said, for when they shall say peace, peace, and so then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travel upon a woman and with child, and they shall not escape it. But you, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should come upon you as a thief. You are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not do as others, but let us watch and be sober. You have to be sober. For they that sleep, they sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith, love, and for a helmet of the hope of what? Hope of salvation. Look at Fulani. Where is the origin of Fulani? Go and Google origin of Fulani. You can never see the origin of. Nobody knows where they come from up to today. Then President Trump said, there's one thing that President Trump said. President Trump said, President Trump is an anointed man of God, sent by God to do justice to humanity, to scatter the band of vampires holding the people of God in hostage. But people don't know. You see, he praised the bravery of the North Vietnamese leader, Kim Jong-un. You understand me? Describing him as very tough. Saying tough. Trump says he does not care about what people say about him. Jun Young he said this in one of his rallies in Lower. He said before their meeting, he said, how many young guys can do what that guy did? He was like 26 or 25 years when his father died. Take over these tough generals. And all of a sudden he goes in, he takes over, and he is the boss. Trump said, it's incredible. He wiped out the uncle, killed everybody, and took over. So that is the point. If you allow the Fulanis that are of the total number of population of Fulanis in Nigeria not up to 10 million. That is why you see them crying, calling all their brothers because they don't have the population. If you allow the Fulanis to kill you in the land that God has given unto you and take your land, it is okay for God. You understand me? I have said it before. God does not work for you. God works with you. Most fear vanishes when one decides to do something about it. Fear that is catching you, when you decide to do something about it, it goes away. When a man and his God confronts a mountain, impossibilities vanishes. Popular rapper Kanye West said it. He said, when you hear about slavery for 400 years, for 400 years, that sounds like a choice, and that is true. Slavery in itself may not be true, but may not be a choice. But for you to endure it for the next 400 years, that is your own choice. So if Nigerians enter into permanent slavery, it is no business of God. That is their choice. You have made that choice. You have made that choice. That is your choice. You have made it. It is left on you. They are willing to die, but you are not willing to die. Even Buhari himself is ready to die, but you are not willing to die. And you say you are Christians. I'm going to tell you one thing. That is the I've always spoken it. Remember the Bible says in Proverbs 24:10, if you faint in the day of adversity, it means that your strength is small. You understand me? I pray you all, please, today, I have to admonish you on what Christian soldiers. We must have courage because courage does not accept defeat. We must be an embodiment of courage, the courage of self-motivation, that courage of self-confidence in our disposition to willingly give our life to the cause of our great God, knowing that His grace is sufficient for us and to give us victory. You understand me? We are not fighting a war we don't know the outcome. We are fighting a war we know the outcome because Jesus conquered the world and gave us victory. And that victory that Jesus gave us, we are going to claim it. You understand me? What are they doing? What they are carrying out is jihad. Jihad as ordered by former President Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. They are the people who ordered the jihad we are facing. Go back to the speech of John Kerry on the 23rd of August 2016. You are going to see that is where the jihad is ordered. Don't be deceived. And as of today, I am talking, I've been shouting myself out. I have been speaking word, shouting my head, shouting hollow. All of them, they pretended that they are not hearing me. The Russian president is there. He is there. He supplied all sorts of arms to these people. President Trump is there. All of them are keeping quiet, but they know what is going on. They are waiting for the slaughter to come. When Rwanda came, when it happened, Bill Clinton, who organized it, who planned everything, he kept a blind eye as if he didn't know what to do. United Nations, all of them are keeping quiet. They're waiting for us to die. Waiting for us to die. God will hold all of you responsible. You got this this, what I'm saying today, will stand as a roll of judgment against you. The only thing that is left for us to do, let there be mutiny in the army, let there be mutiny in the police. Let our people, if you know you are a Satan or a Christian, move away. And I want to point out one thing: the Yorubas are supporting them. The Yorubas are supporting them. If the Yorubas are not supporting them, let the Yorubas, the middle belt are ready, the southeast is ready. Now let everybody down to no movement. Buhari, change their service chiefs. Any part that does not agree is the traitor. Even if the Yorubas are sabotaging you, no movement anywhere. Let the women sabotage. Let them come out. Everybody come out in the street. Let Buhari change the service chiefs, and not to put it in the hands of Muslim again. Each political region must take one position. All the whole police DPOs, all of them, commissioners of police, service chief, army, complete reorganization. Complete reorganization. If you're in the north, dress like the Hausas, hold what is going to kill you, hold your weapons. When it starts, don't obey any policeman, don't, all of them are terrorists. All of them are terrorists. I'm going to preach this message. The part B of this message is coming because I want to end it here. I'm going to end it here. If you are in Nigeria, you feel you're in overseas, you feel you're in Togo, you feel you are not going to come back. If you're in West African countries, they will kill you there. If you are here in America, it's only a question of time. They will get to you. But then all your loved ones are gone. I'm going to stop here. Look at it. Well, do you know why the French president? That man is vampire. Go and look at him. Macron is a vampire. What did Trump tell him at the sideline of G7 meeting? Trump told him that all the terrorists are in Paris. He knows it. He have gone to Lagos. He says he's going to Calcutta. They are launching alliance with the Yorubas. Go and look at it. Ango Abdullahi is meeting Obasanjo. What Ango Abdullahi? Northern elders. Those are the people who told, when Maitama Sule was alive, they told Buhari to separate IPOBs from other people and finish them. What they mean, kill all the whole young boys. Kill all the whole young boys in Biafra land. That is what they are planning. That is what they are meeting. So the jihad is already upon you. There is no time for you. Carry your weapon. As I'm finishing that, you are hearing this thing, carry your weapon anywhere you are today. Get your weapon ready. If the Yoruba start it in Lagos, make sure you completely destroy Lagos, that nothing remains. The same thing with Abuja. This time it is going to be mutual assured destruction, total destruction. It is not only them who are ready to die, we are ready to die. I'm stopping here. I'm coming again inside you. Thank you very much.